Yeah, yeah. Rolling through the gears in my race transmission, working through a field of cars in my way as I roll. As the laps wind down, I need to change positions, making moves through the smoke, gotta hit the hole. The crosshands at attention as we cross the finish line. As I close the gap, I know for sure that it's do or die. Gotta make that past the party like it's 99. This is skills you have to sacrifice when it comes time to be a champion in gears. It's gonna be too hard to gain. You have so much competition that you're starting to sweat. You gotta stack those dubs like placing your bets. To stand out from the rest, you have to be at your best. The crossheads at attention as we cross the finish line. As I close the gap, I know for sure that it's do or die. Gotta make that past the party like it's 99. This is gears you have to sacrifice when it comes time to be a champion in gears. It's gonna be too hard to gain. You have so much competition that you're starting to sweat. You gotta stack those dubs like placing your bets. To stand out from the rest, you have to be at your best. To be a champion in gears, it's gonna be too hard to gain. You have so much competition that you're starting to sweat. You gotta stack those dubs like placing your bets. To stand out from the rest, you have to be at your best. Now we in victory lane, taking home all the cash, the glory and the fame, and getting all of that ass. You in a garage contemplating about making that pass. I suggest you get back in the car and work on your craft. The crossheads at attention as we cross the finish line. As I close the gap, I know for sure that it's do or die. Gotta make that past the party like it's 99. This is gears you have to sacrifice when it comes time. Gotta make that past the party like it's 99. This is gears you have to sacrifice when it comes time.
Little big gear drops another one. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Down in 12 packs, man, so obscene. Got my mullet fresh cut and my bush light. Gonna get some bitches I know for sure tonight. Turning left, hitting the gas, I gotta set my sights. When I win, I'm going in on your mom tonight. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Down in 12 packs, man, so obscene. Feeling good in my zone, I'm top of the pack. I still got 2 big balls in my big nut sack. Feel my bumper like I'm bumper, sent you to the back. Just like your mama, cause she loves it in the crack. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Down in 12 packs, man, so obscene. Got my mullet fresh cut and my bush light. Gonna get some bitches I know for sure tonight. Turning left, hitting the gas, I gotta set my sights. When I win, I'm going in on your mom tonight.
moment, with patience to race. The rush to the finish only steals today's light. Slow down, breathe deep, let life's course feel right. Turning in circles like how life flows. Spinning through the highs, spiraling to the lows. Caught in the cycles where time gently bends. Life stands in motion with uncertain winds. Wondering how I got here, lost in a whirlwind of dreams, searching the clouds for answers in abstract streams. What lies ahead? A mystery cloaked in night, facing the unknown dawn, holding on to hope tight. Turning in circles like how life flows. Spinning through the highs, spiraling to the lows. Caught in the cycles where time gently bends. Life stands in motion with uncertain winds.
Welcome tonight's action here at Rockingham Speedway for the Rock Lobster 200. It's just about set and underway, and I'm happy to have you along board with us. Hi, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat. Alongside me tonight, Andrew Pisek, a.k.a. Trenoir, and we are We are ready to bring you all the action here tonight for the Kears Cup Series at Rockingham Speedway for the Rock Lobster 200.
Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster it is. Again, happy to have you along with us. If you're lurking or twerking, let's get right into what we're talking about here. So tonight, May 12th, we'll be at Rockingham Speedway. Next week, we'll be at Charlotte for the Coke 300. That is sponsored by Refuge Medical. That'll be amazing. And then we have the week off. And that's due to people being on location for real at Charlotte for the Coke 600, for the ARCA race, the truck race, Xfinity race, and the Cup race. So if you see a Gears driver there, make sure you say hello, shake their hand, get a picture, as they will be all over that ass in Charlotte. But then we come back, and we got a little treat for you on June 2nd at Monza, which you're going to get a live POV of my camera. I'm going to race in that race this time, as I do every year, it seems. And we have special guest Brayton Laster, I believe. Got him penciled in to commentate on the shit that happens around me as we are going around Monza. So that'll be cool coming up. But let's talk about the points, as nobody cares about what happens a month from tonight. They want to know what is happening right now. Colby Hogan, still your points leader after 9 races here for the Gears Cup Series. Gary Owen in second, Mike DeWalt third, Brad Gutierrez and Skylar Comstock your top 5. Aiden Donahue, Min Hang, Joseph Stafford, Jesse Becker, and Travis Stroney your top 10. But the biggest mover here, squeaking into the top 20 here, Jacob Malone, 8 spots up from last week. And the biggest loser, 4 spots down from last week, is Brandon Meyer. So again, a couple of things to look at here or worry about here tonight. Again, we have, 10 races to go after this one before the playoffs. And really, the push is now. If you haven't made a push yet, now is a good time to start. And give you the bird's eye view here real quick.
And these
of
dudes to make some
Rockingham.
push tonight.
There's some guys that do need to make the proverbial push. So tonight could be a blessing in disguise for some of these guys. Speaking of Aiden Showtime Donahue trying to notch another win. He is the fastest here in practice so far, as we got about 90 seconds away from qualifying for the Rock Lobster 200. Again, 200 laps to determine the winner here tonight. So 5 with us, catch a beer, catch a cold one, and let's get ready for qualifying here for the Gears Cup Series. HB drink time tonight is Old Smoky Tennessee Salty Caramel Moonshine. If you want to get pie-eyed like your friend Horseboat, get Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine. Salted caramel is my pick. But try them all. There's a ton of flavors. One that tastes like antiseptic, I don't know.
I don't know. The blue Raz wasn't very good.
Blue Raz probably wouldn't be my choice either.
It just tasted kind of like a yucky Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'd buy that.
Like if it tasted like a good blue raspberry Jolly Rancher, it was like would be okay. But it's like one that you found in your like drawer in the back of your drawer. It's really been sitting forever, and it's like, it kind of tastes like blue raspberries. It really just tastes like plastic.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Travis Stroney better pull it together here. He's probably just heading to the pits.
Yeah, just getting ready to go. Let's check out the chat a little bit. Bugboo says hello, Tom. Hello, Bugboo. Rob Rossello Jr. says sipping on that Bush apple, baby. I've never got into that Bush apple. I don't know about you, Andy. That was never. I couldn't get into
trying to
that.
think.
I don't think.
Smith and Forge hard cider.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get down with
But
that.
like, but the hard ciders, those are different than like Bush apple. That's just like flavored beer.
Sure.
Not necessarily my choice, but I might drink one if it's a, But Woodchuck, also a really great hard cider.
Nice.
Rob says it's good with a blueberry Zen.
He's in his inning. He's in
Sounds
to
like
win it.
sounds like a match made in heaven, if you ask me.
All right, getting to that racetrack now for qualifying. Jesse Becker. You know, by the way, did I mention it's Gen 6 night here again at Gears? We're doing this for a handful of races. Tonight is one of those races we like on the car drives here. So we're like, you know what? We're putting it on the schedule. So first lap for Jesse Becker coming at you right meow.
Somebody say something about gens.
Yeah, not that kind. Out of turn 4 and to the start finish line. What'll it be for Jay Becker? Jesse Becker, 24:57 right now. Good enough for 7th. See what lap number 2 is going to bring for the 5150 Motorsports Toyota Camry. Storm Motorsports sponsor here tonight, Jesse Becker and his team. Giving them some love here, sponsoring the Rock Lobster, coming to the start finish line for lap number 2. Looks like 24:52 right now, sitting 11th. Eric Sable, your winner last week. Winner last week on the pole for this one right now. Gary Smith in 3rd, Jacob Malone in 2nd. Here we go. Ryan Robertson in the, looks like Prilosec OTC Deuce Ford Mustang. See William Robbins in the audience here tonight in the field. Good to see him back. William, looks like Ryan Robertson's first lap, 24:49, good enough for 11th. Down into the inside, grinding up real fast. Here at 3 and 4, coming out to the front oval, front section, front stretch. 24:20 for Ryan Robertson, good enough for 9th right now. Inside the top 10, but Aiden Donahue with a 24 flat. Your pole sitter right now with Min Hang. Brandon Meyer in the Geico 13 machine. Getting a little loose, and he hits the wall coming out of 4. Onto the front stretch. He is, you can tell he is pissed off right now. 24:32, and that's all you can do. Who else is out here? Looks like Mike DeWalt in that flexible 20 DeWalt Toyota Camry. Coming out of 4 on the front stretch, crosses the start finish line. First lap's 24:50. Running that middle lane all the way through that corner. Crosses the start finish line. And it looks like for Mike DeWalt, a 24:10, putting him in 5th and in contention starting this race here tonight. Got a lot of bright spots here when you're looking at this field tonight. To be honest, we only have, looks like maybe a field of 35 cars tonight. So not a full 40 like we're used to this year. We've been lucky to have that. Fortunate to get
everybody's
40
been
cars.
showing up.
It's been great. You know, you get through, you know, now we're to the middle of May, and usually you have, for every league, there's typically a drop-off. And we have yet to experience a big drop-off. So very excited to see car, you know, a 35, 40 car field every week. Creates for exciting action as we talk about it every weekend.
This is true. What are they gonna do?
Rock Lobster 200 action about to get underway here shortly, so grab an ice cold beverage. I wish I had one to promote officially, but I'm working on that. But as you see, the drivers are getting warmed up, ready to go. Aiden Donahue going to be your pole sitter here tonight. Going into this race. You know, I wouldn't say there's a lot at stake, but it is a regular season scheduled race, right? There's obviously a lot of points at risk here tonight. This is a race that if you can finish cleanly, because the Rock is kind of one of those tracks where people like it or people really don't like it as a driver. And that's why we probably might not have a full field tonight, where some people are just, this is not my cup of tea. This track is a little bit too difficult. I get it. I totally get it 100%. But tonight, if you can get a good finish here, the points will do you so much service, or do you well, or do you a service when you're down in the stretch and maybe can't make a race or want to skip a race that you typically would race. If that makes sense at all. But we got 200 laps here tonight. Fuel, I am hearing it's about 58 to 60 laps. Andy, please correct me if I'm wrong.
55?
55. Okay, so 55, 60 laps, depending on what you're doing. They got 5 tire sets, 1 for entering, 4 over the wall. And cautions are auto cautions called by iRacing unless our race control needs to step in. They do not. So they try to stay out if they have to. They will step in. Tonight, looks like no fast repairs, no stage breaks. Again, 200 laps. And Gen 6 cars. All you need to know as we get set for tonight's Gears Cup Series race here at Rockingham. Big shout out to the one JBs. He resubscribing with Prime. Bring us up now to 23 subs. Mimi Sherry, thank you for the follow. And Frank Warner, thank you for the follow. Factor Mike says this race is going to be an interesting one. Definitely have this one circled on the calendar. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I love the Gen 6 package for tonight. I think this is going to be a good call. It's going to create for some really exciting racing, and I am pumped for it. Again, race 10 of 25 on the schedule. Second half will start next week. But tonight caps off the first half of the regular season, and I hope you are ready to go. We got 60 seconds here before we get ready to go green flag racing right here at Rockingham.
Are we at commercial?
We are not. We're just about getting ready to get underway here. Do the grid walk.
Good walk time.
Grid walk time indeed. And tonight's
Should I do some ad lib scratching behind your grid rock?
No, I don't think we need that. Maybe someday here on the program. But on the pole out in front, 82, Aiden Showtime Donahue, bringing it back here in that pink THD Designs machine. Outside of him is going to be the 11 of Min Hang. Row 2 is going to be the 10, and your points leader, it's Modelo time. Colby Hogan. Outside of him is going to be the 87 target of Gary Owen. And row number 3 is going to be DeWalt. Number 20 of Mike DeWalt. Outside of him is going to be the 30 of Eric Sable. 45 of Jacob Malone, and the 33 of Gary Smith is going to be row 4. Row 5 is going to be the 96 of Christian Taylor and the 19 of Keaton Salyers. Row 6 is going to have the 2 of Ryan Robertson and the 5 of Connor Rowe. In row 7, we have the 77 of Robert Rossello Jr. and the 38 of Jeremy Eshelman. In row 8, we have the 69 of Jonathan Militia and the 26 of Fortson Poston. In row looks like 9, I have the 40 of William Robbins and the 94 of Jay Cook. In row 10, we have the 13 of Brandon Meyer, the 29 of Steven Jr. In row 11, we have the 14 of Travis Stroney, and the 25 of Frank Warner. Welcome to Gears. In row, looks like 12, we have the 41 of Chris Bishop, and the 97 of Jesse Becker. In row 13, see how this is going to work. So looks like we have Chris Bishop and Mike Poole, William Hintzman and Joe Stafford, Skylar Comstock, Joseph Enright, Kyle Munson, Jack Stanley, and Matt Albert. Looks like Brandon Meyer and Steven Jr. are starting from pit lane. So here we go. Here we go. It is time as the Dover, Delaware native on the pole again here tonight, trying to close out a championship. With the absence of Van Drugman, it basically opens up the door to everybody. Everyone now
wide
getting
open.
a shot. Kobe Hogan, your clear cut front person here in the regular season. Getting that 10 cars you see on your screen, qualified in third. But we are about ready to go. The Rock Lobster 200 for the Gears Cup Series right here, right now. Only here at Casa de la Horse Boat.
Oh yeah.
Wow, man, hang to the inside right away. And going to lead lap 1. Well, we got action in the back. The 45 Jacob getting a little sideways. Leaning on the 82. Going to lose a little bit of track position. Oh, you see action behind us. Caution. Looks like Ports and Poston. Eat some shit. And let's see here on the Gears Cup Series instant replay how that looked. Let's go to the MeteorMount.com blimp cam. Looks like the 8 of Salyers, I believe, just gets off the wall funny. Whoever that was. Yeah, that looks like the 8 of Keaton Salyers. So we'll go back to that again. Looks like 26 got a good run too, but yeah, 8 bouncing off the wall, hitting 26. 26 going nose first, and that's not a car you're gonna get to fix right away. That's gonna take some time.
Yeah, I mean it's early. Probably come in and get some laps in, but I think his night's pretty much verschnickened.
Yeah, and that is the unfortunate part here. As you see the front of his car, it's pretty toasted, and unfortunately probably going to seal the deal on his evening. But again, we're a couple laps in. First caution of the night. Rockingham, I hear, is pretty slick. Coming out of turn 2 and turn 4 is just one of those things where if you don't have your entrance just right, you could be paying for it on exit. But again, tomorrow night, last race of Gears Sprocket Series regular season, and it'll be at Chicagoland. Chicagoland, Xfinity cars. Looking forward to that. That's going to be hot and heavy. Nate Williams going to be on the call for the Don't Go Downtown 100 at Chicagoland Speedway. Over there on twitch.tv/Space Puppy. Give him a follow if you haven't yet already. So close to 50. Appreciate any and all help with that. But again, good to go. Min Hang, Gary Owen. Looks like supposed to be in row. Looks like, oh, all right. Looks like he's going to be behind him in third. Kobe Hogan in second. Gary Owen, Aiden Donahue in row 2. Row 3, Gary Smith, Jacob Malone, Eric Sable, Ryan Robertson, Robert Rossello, and Jonathan Militia rounding out your top 10.
The stream's looking real nice tonight, Tom.
Thank you, thank you. All right. As we get ready to go, pace car is off.
Green.
And it's green, green, green right here for Keaton Salyers. A problem yet again in the wall. Falling off onto the bottom of the racetrack. Hopefully he can get going correctly. Don't know what happened with him there. Trying on board right now with Ryan Robertson to show you the chaos here around Rockingham. Big spots here tonight. Storm Motorsports. Appreciative of them for sponsoring tonight's race. And it's Christian Taylor and Jesse Becker. If you do not know them, they run Storm here over on the gear side of things. Awesome drivers, both personality and in racecraft. And a really good part, and we're really to have them a part of gears. So big shout out to them, their contribution here tonight. William Robbins, we haven't seen or heard from him in quite some time. That Jimmy Dean 40 machine. Looking meaty. Keeping that sweet, sweet breakfast sausage car hopefully clean here tonight at Rockingham. Big shout out to him. A big shout out so far, Minhang holding it down here, your leader in that 11 Minhang Designs car. We are at 190 laps to go as these guys begin to get established. The 30 of Eric Sable wins a race last week and has no sponsor on his car, running third right now. I don't know if he couldn't pick one or what the deal is. But apparently he's for sale.
Get you a piece. Well, the whole thing.
Getting on that Eric Sable train with a sponsorship offer. Looks like he is open for business. Gary Smith, nice to see him there in that Boone Tractor 33 Chevrolet Camaro, running in 7th currently and having a good run. Is Gary Smith. Little battles all over the track. Mike DeWalt battling right now with Jesse Becker and Frank Warner, with Jay Cook just up ahead. Chris Bishop right there as well. And the Gen 6 cars are really solid around this racetrack. If you didn't practice with these cars earlier, you're going to have a tough time with how they operate. Most drivers seem to have it down, Andy.
Looks like they're doing pretty good. I see some sliding rear end slide out on them a little bit here and there. Hey, Tom, is it worth waiting 40 minutes to race again?
Still bring
Get
them
some
probably
laps
if
in.
you're looking for points, man. Speaking of
Get some
coming
laps
back, big shout out 61, Matt Albert back in the race car. Again, he was out of the race car because he got employed. I don't know if he's unemployed now or what the deal is, but happy to have him back in a race car and running around here tonight at Gears. Might be running around 28th, but in our hearts, he is number 1. Cody Hogan, your points leader, running around in 4th right now. Taking that high side, must be Modelo time on the Monday night. Looking good in that silver and gold, number 10.
Caution.
And we have a caution. Jay Cook has crashed. Let's see what the hell just happened. Bitch, pop that ass coming to green. Let's back that ass up. 94 there, McDonald's. Let's pay attention to him. Let's get you a blimp cam first.
Blimp cam.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Mike DeWalt bouncing off the wall just a tidbit.
Oh, yeah, I got that front right in there. Launched him right off. And
yeah, that did not look good. Coming off the corner. Yeah, Mike DeWalt. Boom.
Totally popped that ass, came to green.
He did come to green. But that is unfortunate for Jay Cook. Play that back for. Looks like he crashed additionally again. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, he couldn't get his car back to pit lane, and he's just sexy grinding along the wall as they catch the pace car. So Jay Cook having to go back to pit lane. It's going to cost him tonight some racing action, and Mike DeWalt feels bad about that. Not something that
of course
people typically would do. So it's racing. Shit does happen. Still Pringle's having flashbacks already. PTSD in the chat. I'm not a therapist, although you might want to get one. I'm going to keep drinking.
Go talk to ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT will help you through it. Helps through Andy's problems all the time, especially when he's constipated.
Oh, yeah. It'll give you the best pushing methods.
It's like a labor coach.
That's the truth. That's the key, though, is to not push,
Right. You're supposed to just let it fall.
Just let it go.
Just let it go. Minhang, Gary Owen, Eric Sable, Kobe Hogan, Aiden Donahue sure know how to let it go. They're our top 5 currently. With Jacob Malone, Gary Smith, Connor Rowe, William Robinson, Ryan Robertson, as we are getting ready to get back to green flag action. Still Pringer says, I'll be back in 30 minutes. We're going to open up this next round of racing with a Loose and Loud by our sponsors, Storm Motorsports. Again, happy to have them aboard here for this Gears season. But for sponsoring this race, this is awesome. It's something that people aren't obligated to do, but that they do out of the goodness of their hearts. It helps goes towards our drivers and the prizes, and at the end of the year shit. So we do appreciate that. So we're going to start this back up as we get back to green flag action for the Rock Lobster 200 right here with the Gears Loose and Loud right here, right now.
Should be a caution. Caution's out. Get a look at your gauges. Everything good? Green flag. Caution, caution, caution. Guys, this way, please. Just remember, nice and smooth. Take it slow.
third caution here tonight. Keaton Talyer's getting the raw end of that one from Robert Rossello Jr., as you saw. And bringing you back in now from that Loose and Loud, sponsored by Storm Motorsports, and sponsoring this event. Min-Heng basically leading this entire way so far. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Tom Torrey, aka The Horse Boat. Alongside me tonight, Andy Bisag, aka
Nope.
Renoir.
That's me. Somebody said Jens.
Apparently somebody said it.
Gen 6 cars here tonight, people.
These cars are fun to drive and fun to watch other drivers drive them if they can. So far, excuse me, kind of been an issue.
Go-
Some of these drivers
Go
can't
Joe,
keep it on
go
the track.
Junior. Still Pringle's still away, I'm sure.
Yeah, Fortson will be back someday. Getting that 40 minutes of airtime.
That's. But with all these cautions, you know, like
Right. He may
maybe it'll be like
minimal-
lap 30.
Yeah, minimal 30 laps down. I don't know. Comeback trail. Pace car getting ready to go off as it does so right now. The 11 in control
Green flag.
as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here for the Rock Lobster. Colby Hogan, interestingly enough, taking that path few have traveled, taking that high in the sky lane choice. You're watching that 10 car, now moving up into second. Just consistent with that high line, and it seems to work. Min-Heng has about a 2.5, 3 car length lead on the rest of the field right now. Min-Heng, Colby Hogan, Eric Sable, Aiden Donahue, and Gary Owen, your top 5. Right on board, Gary Owen. See how he's doing. Let off there. 30 of Sable was right. Pulled right in front of him. Side by side. 45 of Jacob alone. 75 of Joe Stafford trying to stick his nose in there as well.
Looks like most of the lines are working for these guys, you know. Like, I don't really see huge advantage high and low.
No, I mean
What do you
they
think
both.
about that?
I mean they both relatively work. You gotta go with what you're comfortable with, and hopefully you can run both because you may have to adapt over the course of a run.
Yeah. I like how the turns kind of slingshot out, and that's
Yeah,
where
they
you
just
see
kinda
that.
shoot you out. Yeah.
You see that little wiggle from a lot of these guys as they come out in turns.
And that is the package.
A little
That
booty
is
shake.
That little engine package they got. That's gonna do that. Down in the
We got
position of
cars.
69 right here running. Holding down that top 10, the 5 of Connor Rowe trying to make it not so. Get in there with that Miller High Life machine. That High Life right now seems to be working for most drivers. noticed on some of these cautions, not many pit stops from these drivers. So we should see about lap 55, lap 60, some pit stops, you would hope.
Like, you got to be wondering what some of the drivers are thinking with as many cautions as they had. There's still 160 laps to go. Already had 4 cautions. It's like I think they're going to settle in, but I mean they've ran a lot of these laps under yellow, so maybe that window's probably like.
I mean, you run what? I would say maybe a quarter of those laps under yellow.
Gains 5. Should we put the window at like 60 then?
I mean, yeah. Oh, Connor almost going for a ride in turn 1 and 2 and taking the 87 with him. Oh, door banging with the 69 and the 2. Yeah, Jonathan Valencia shredding the gnar.
Shredding it. Oh, that's going to hurt them tires a little bit.
Robinson probably not pleased at all. I wouldn't be if I was him. 38 of Jeremy Eshelman right there. Battling with the 96 of Christian Taylor. This battle currently for 14. Looking back up through the field again, Menham, Joe Stafford, Kobe Hogan, Hayden Donahue, and Eric Sable, your top 5. Jake Malone, Gary Smith, Gary Owen, Connor Rowe, William Robbins, your top 10. Biggest mover of the night so far. Big shout out to the 75 of Joe Stafford. He is coming. 25 spots up from where he began, 24 now. But started 27th, now as high as 2nd. And going for the lead to the inside. Min Hang could not get away from these guys. Here we go. This is a good battle here between these 4. We approach lap 45. And Hang trying to hold everyone at bay. He gets loose coming out of 2. Colby Hogan, your new leader. Joe Stafford.
Nice battle.
Go ahead.
It's a nice battle up front here.
Yeah, Joe Stafford and Min Hang losing a little bit of steam. Colby Hogan capitalizing on that right now. So Colby Hogan, your leader, currently Aiden Donahue marching right behind him. Joe Stafford, Min Hang, Eric Sable.
Looks like Colby's got the rhythm down here.
It is the season of Colby Hogan right now. 3 wins on the year. Trying to make it 4 tonight. He is certainly in rhythm right now. Shocked with Joe Stafford, Kyle Munson cracking the top 10 as well, starting 30th. Now up into 8th is that 18 Toyota Camry, Texaco Haviland machine. Again, perseverance is the name of the game. Some people can handle it, some people cannot. Gary Owen almost going for a ride.
Can see them tires getting worn in. Yeah,
you
get on that throttle on the straight, you know, and ass end just wants to swing right out on him.
Hopefully we'll see pit stops here in the next 10, 15 laps under green. Again, preferential.
I mean, our tipster said about 55, but that seems like that could be pushing it, especially with some of the hard racing and a lot of sliding's been going on.
Well, I mean,
Track
we did have 4
conditions.
cautions in between that time. Joe Stafford
True.
going to the inside now, trying to take the lead away. Colby Hogan will hold it down just for the moment. So that's why I say a little bit longer than what was expected, just because of what happened here tonight so far. But you see this battle for first. They're kind of racing like it's 5 to go. Nobody's settled, but just following the guy in front of them. They are going at it. And right now, Colby Hogan in that 10 car, keeping them at bay. We are a quarter of the way through this race.
Man, he just
53
rides that
200.
high line all the way through the turn.
He does.
He's gonna lose it here though. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh wow.
Yep.
I'm obviously calling from the delayed broadcast. There I was anyways.
Yep. That's all right. Yeah, Colby Hogan proving this year that it could be his year this season. He's had a good run so far, like I said. You know, this is our 10th race of the year. He has 3 of the first 9 under his belt. So clearly he has figured out something other drivers have not. And big hats off to the 10 and his team. They've worked hard all season long to get to this point. And it goes without saying, he is very skilled. Simply put, he could be this year's champion. Thank you, Bug Bruce. Bug Bruce says the broadcast looks good. I appreciate that. Get some TV time for Christian Taylor. Again, 96 Storm Motorsports sponsor. Running there in 25th. Working against the 94 of Jay Cook. Jesse Becker in the thick of it right now. Race on board with him right now. Run on board, I should say. He's got to fight through traffic. Currently in 17th. Guy is known to run his ass off. Got a bit of a rabbit's foot too, he's lucky. Big fan of Jesse Becker. Oh, Ryan Robertson almost losing it. Keeping it together and somehow not losing that much momentum in that little wiggle of his. Comstock and Owen battling for position. Comstock's going to take it right now. That is for 12th. Just up ahead, this is Gary Smith and Jonathan Militia. Now this is a battle for 10th. Between the 33 and the 69. 33 wiggling a little bit, getting loose, coming out of 4. Again, like Andy mentioned, that turn 4 kind of shoots you out through the front stretch. And if you're not ready for it, you could lose it, especially on the inside. With this package of horsepower that is in these cars, it can get buck wild in a hurry. Speaking of buck wild, you have the Mike DeWalt in the 20 and the 45 of Jacob Malone battling for position right now. This is for 7th and 8th. Lap 61, we should start seeing pits here shortly. Mike taking that position away from the 45 of Jacob Malone pretty easily. Kyle Malone up into 6th right now, battling with the 5 of Connor Rowe for 5th. And everybody, Joe Stafford is out in front right now, leading the way. Trying to get around lap traffic. Looks like that's the 084 of Mike Poole. Oh, Poole trying to stay out of the way there. Almost dies in the process. But Joe Stafford, your leader currently. Connor Rowe going to pit lane. Some of these guys are going to start to do that. Joe Stafford has already pitted at least once. And I'm not sure what that was for. But he is now starting to pull away from the rest of the class. Joe Stafford, Colby Hogan, Aiden Donahue, Eric Sable, and Kyle Munson, your top 5. Mike DeWalt, Jonathan Militia, Gary Smith, Skylar Comstock, and Jeremy Edgerman rounding out your top 10. Lap 65 of 200 right now. We are getting ever so closer to the halfway point. Brandon Meyer has pitted 6 times tonight. He's pitted 4 times tonight already. Hitzman and Salyers have all pitted 3 times. Steven Jr. pitted 3 times so far. Matt Albert's pitted 4 times. Mike DeWalt has pitted 4 times. Holy shit. And I'm not trying to pass judgment. I just didn't realize there was that many people pitting 70 laps into this run. What is this? Oh, Rossello and Kyle Munson almost banging doors. They're making friends live here at Rockingham. Holding hands, skipping through the park together in peace and harmony. Well, Joe Stafford continues to dominate. Hogan has hit the pits. Smith has hit the pits. Gary Owen has hit the pits. Chris Bishop, Jonathan Militia, all in the pits right now. Aiden Donahue now has hit the pits. Joe's got a nice 8-second lead on the rest of the field. Oh, William Robbins and Christian Taylor are like Jack Stanley. Jack Stanley who? And throw them against the wall. The abuse. And then Jack Stanley going through. What is he doing right now? Oh my goodness, boys. I'm just following Jack Stanley to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. If he does anything live, we will catch it. But it looks like he's going to hit pit lane. That was pretty wild, if I do say so myself. Oh, we got a Steven Jr. fan in the house. Let's give Steven Jr. some TV time. Where the hell is that young man? There he is. Right on board with the fan favorite, Steven Jr. right here, right now. I love how he puts in his stats he's 40 years old.
Why? Well, why not?
I wouldn't advertise that. I'm 25.
Why not?
I'm 25 playing. Pimpin' doesn't come easy for the 29 of Steven Jr. Hearing he's getting bitches in his DM almost daily now on Twitter.
Oh.
Girls, leave him alone. He just raises his gears. I think he might be married. Joe Stafford still up in front and leading the race. Mike DeWalt in second. Matt Albert, Min Hang, Kyle Munson, your top 5. Aiden Donahue, Connor Rowe, Eric Sable, and Colby Hogan, Jake Malone, and Ryan Robinson rounding out your top 10. Kyle Munson just dropped out.
Another one.
But it is very, very pleasant to see Joe Stafford up here and having a good run so far. And Joe currently running 8 in points. An independent driver, so he doesn't race for any team. He's not affiliated with anyone. It's good to see an independent driver here tonight come out and make a name in that black 75. And doing a damn good job. Running a good race so far here, Trent.
It's not been too bad. I mean, there has been some cautions, but like we've said, it's a tough track and good battle up front for sure.
Absolutely.
Caution. What was the fucking
as
caution for?
Oh,
Say something.
there we go.
Hey man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Looks like Colby Hogan, our points leader, has crashed. Let's back that ass up
Oh,
and
boy.
see what we can see on the Gears Cup Series instant replay. Here we go. We're going to watch Colby Hogan go around the track, and he's going to hit the wall and hit the Oh! He just loses control. And folks,
Smash.
I got to tell you, he was a fan favorite tonight in the pits to win this one. Just comes off the wall, a little too scrum-diddly-umptious. Hits that inside wall on the backstretch. It pretty much ends his night. That is the end for Colby Hogan. Joe Stafford going to hit the pits. But that was simply stunning. If you just saw that, just joined us, our points leader hitting the wall and effectively ending his night here. He might be able to get some track time, but not good. Again, next week, make sure you tune in. Took me a minute to find what I needed. Tune in next week for the Coke 300 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, sponsored by Refuge Medical Equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Always happy to have them. Again, next week, Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 300, sponsored by Refuge Medical Equipment, right here on Casa de la Horseboat. Can we go live about 7:45 Eastern time? Jam with some music, vibe with us a little bit. Get you a little pregame show, and then get you out onto the track. Again, qualifying at 8 Eastern. Again, Andrew Bisek on the call with myself, Tom Torrey, giving you all the action each week right here for the Gears Cup Series. Waiver rounds happening right now. Giving you your eye in the sky, the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Again, if you need a face sit on it someplace, go to meandyourmom.com, DVDA in the promo code section for 50% off your first purchase. Again, I love that face sitting special.
Going.
Pretty fantastic. Again, we're getting ready to go green. We're going to go one more lap around. Both like Joe Stafford and Min Hang on that front row. Mike DeWalt, Matt Albert, Eric Sable, Connor Rowe, Jacob Malone, Ryan Robertson, and Aiden Donahue, your top 10 when we get back at it. And again, that accident could have been avoided. But apparently the 10 car was like, fuck it. My engine's down there somewhere. And proverbially ended that. But again, 5th caution of the night. Good run, though, by these guys. Brutal mistake by the 10 machine. Early Modelo time for Colby Hogan. Hopefully, he can get some bitches while this race finishes up. Again, Joe Stafford in the 75 having control here as we get back to green flag racing. Pace car lights are off. And we're going to do it and do it and doing it well.
So well.
Green flag.
So well for the Rock Lobster 200. It looks like Min Hang out in front of the leader, Joe Stafford. So I don't know if that's going to involve anything at all as we get back to it. But here we go. It's head to action. Stafford out in front now. Min Hang in second. Mike DeWalt in third. Matt Albert in fourth. Eric Sable in fifth. And he's getting his
Caution.
salad toss out of
Caution.
4. Jeez Louise. We just got to it. We're going to have to back that ass up and see what we can see on the Gears Cup Series instant replay. Looks like, little, I want to say net code. Andy, I let you get your synopsis of that. But then it looks like Jacob Malone kind of just says, here you go, buddy. Let me help you finish that. It's like a fat guy coming in there, like, gonna finish eating that.
Got a little wobbly. Well, 96 got a little ass wobbly, and then went on the recurse. You know, took him
But
back
do you think
into
that's
the.
net code between the 30 and the 96? Because I think it is. Yeah, it looks like it is. It looks like it is from my view.
Wait, watch. 96, he gets loose, and then he comes back and hits 30 to ass end. It could be the initial, like, gets loose.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, he gets a little loose. Yeah, that initial get loose, I think he was already, quote-unquote, making contact with a 30. But you can clearly tell how far away he was. I'm talking, I'm notching that up to a racing deal more than it is anything else, in my opinion. So unfortunate for last week's winner. Sponsorless this week. Getting involved in an incident, but a good time to pit, gas up their cars, and get ready to get back at it. Again, Joe Stafford out in front. An impressive run so far from the 75 and his team. Again, independent driver here. Having a good run here tonight so far. Again, don't forget, next week we have the Coke 300, but the following week we have off. And then back again on June 2nd for Monza. Brayton Laster we have penciled in. Again, I don't want to get your hopes up here, folks. But he said he still wanted to do it, even though I was going to do my POV. I said, bro, I'm doing my POV. I don't know how much commentating you're going to do. He's like, well, I can do over that. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's fine. I'm not going to argue with a guy we love, Gears Racing League ambassador.
Not going.
Brayton
Not
Lobster.
going.
Have I introduced you to Brayton yet, Andy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. He's a great
I
guy.
think we did a game together or something.
He's a great guy. Friend of the program. Man, I did a thing with him on the finale last year, I believe, about he had a sponsor for his car, Blue Chew. And you
Okay.
can probably imagine what I did with that.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to go down the road, see if I can find that clip, but it was hilarious. He had an interview with Blue Chew, and I was able to capture some quotes, and that was really funny. He was not prepared for any of that, and it made it that much funnier to do. Getting back to green flag action here shortly. Joe Stafford, mid Hank, row 1. Mike DeWalt, Matt Albert, row 2. I combined the two names. Connor Rowe, Jacob Malone, row 3. Ryan Robertson, Aiden Donahue, row 4. Eric Sable and Jonathan Militia rounding out your top 10. And then in row 5. Again, no fast repairs in this series, so if something happens, that's what happens. It's what happens in the streets. When you're in the gears of the streets of gears, that's what happens. Shit gets real. Pace car getting real. Pace car lights are off. Heading down pit road. 75 and the 11 leading us back down as we resume the Rock Lobster 200 right here in Casa de la Horseman. Joe Stafford's like, I am getting the fuck out of here. Mike DeWalt, one of those guys who have been in gears for a long time, has been runner-up in the point standings for a few years. A guy who's never been able to get over the hump and win the championship, and he wants it back. Oh, Jonathan Militia getting sideways, shredding the gnar.
Shredding it.
Militia just being total dog shit. But what's new with this 20, I don't know if he's 28, 29, I don't know. Either way, I'm giving this guy a hard time because I love him. Let's see what happened with the 69. Pay attention if you... Oh my God, he's already there. All right, let's back it up. Back it up. There he is. Coming out of 1 and 2 onto the backstretch now. Up, hits the wall. Oh, just nicks the 2 and then gets sideways. I mean, good for him. You know, that man. Papa Militia doesn't have to pay for a new car. But he was able to keep it off the wall, keep it clean. Again, getting off of 2. Again, 69 car, you know, hits the wall ever so gently and then climbs down off of 2. Gets a little sideways. Again, Jonathan Militia, our Make-A-Wish drivers for the Gears Cup Series. And happy to have him a part of it. It looks like he's going to be all right. Rooting him on. Not going to go any further with that shtick. But Joe Stafford has put out that 75 machine out front and says, nah, I'm not going to give the lead back right now. Again, heading closer to that week off. Again, that week off. Gears personnel will be down at Charlotte, North Carolina for Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 600. for the ARCA race, for the Truck Series race for Xfinity. They'll be wearing Gears Racing League t-shirts. If you see them, please give them a kick in the... No, I'm just kidding. Please give them a shout out. Give them a high five, shake their hand. Getting a lot of these guys with Gears t-shirts, big contributors to the program, to the league. Again, get a picture. We would love to see that on social media. Again, 2 weeks, we will be in Charlotte. I will not be, unfortunately. I cannot make this year. Hopefully next year would be on my docket. This year, not in the cards. Try it, folks. With Joel Stafford, Mike DeWalt, row 1, Connor Rowe, Min Hang, row 2, Aiden Donahue, Jacob Malone, row 3, Eric Sable, Matt Albert, Gary Smith, Ryan Robertson, Jonathan Malik on the top 10. Here we go. Back green flag racing, Rock Lobster 200. Little sloppy there right behind Joe. Looks like everybody's going to get going. 3 wide already for 5th. That is no joke. Riding on the nose of Ryan Robertson. Again, these Gen 6 cars provide a different experience than the next gen cars. And Andy, I don't know if you noticed, but next gen cars, although they are cool looking, that some tracks provide a different skill than these cars will provide. Gen 6 cars are definitely more of a drivable car, in my opinion.
I mean, I guess I'm not really schooled up on the difference, but it's sure fun to watch these guys drive the cars. It's like almost, I mean, the way that they exit the turns and get so loose like that just shows the immense power they're like.
And you hit it right there, Andy. So what the big differences with next gen cars? A lot of these guys think they drive sort of like, you know, like a Chevrolet Caprice drives like a boat, right? Like you're driving a boat, like that's what people describe the next gen car. Gen 6 cars are arguably, in some of these drivers' opinion, one of the best car models ever made. The reason why they believe that is because packages like this with the horsepower shows what the car can really do. So with cars like this, they can easily snap loose. As you said, they kind of get wiggly out of turns sometimes. Depends on their run and how far along they are. But again, a more competitive car, more racier car than next gen, which next gen I believe gives a more overall skill level. So to the novice, to the mastered skill level, gives everybody a little bit more of an equal playing field. Whereas this car, you have to know it to understand it to be able to drive it. That makes sense?
To me, but yeah, totally. And I mean, I used to own an Impala, so the whole big-bodied car thing makes sense to me for sure.
Caution
Kind of
flag.
floaty.
Caution flag is out. Connor Rowe, your new leader. See what the hell happened. Looks like Frank Warner involved, a new Gears Racing League member. Let's see what happened. Looks like he's coming out of turn 2. Looks like the 14 is getting into it already. 25 in his Storm Bowling machine just finds his way to the wall. Let's see what happens here. Looks like ahead of him, shit was going on with the 14. And then the front end of that 25 looks like he's going to be able to keep it together. It fell off frequently, but that left front looks pretty damaged in my opinion. Let's see one more time. Yeah, it looks like the 14 and somebody else getting involved together. Then I don't know if that was reactionary, but definitely unfortunate for Frank Warner. Bugaboo cheering on Storm. Again, Storm Motorsports, the sponsor here tonight for the Rock Lobster 200 here at Rockingham. I can't believe we named the Rock Lobster 200 at Rockingham. Again, next week will be the Coke 300. That's going to be a good race in Charlotte, Andy.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a really good time.
I'm halfway
I always
through.
like racing that. I mean, love racing Charlotte. It's a fun track.
I'm halfway through this bottle of Old Smoky Moonshine Salty Caramel.
I can kind of tell. That's okay. I mean,
Oh,
we're
that's good.
keeping this conversation flowing, you know?
That's good. That's good. I'm glad people can tell. I will promote one time here on the show. Again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have one sub to give. That'll get you commercial-free viewing of all Gears Racing League action here on Monday nights. Again, I know it's a little bit, but again, I don't get paid for this shit. Neither does Andy. It helps the program keep moving forward. Again, your sub is ever so important. We are 23, trying to get 30 right now concurrently. Your support would be awesome and helpful. Connor Rowe, Aiden Showtime, Donahue Rowe 1, Joe Stafford, Eric Sable Row 2, Jacob Malone, Ryan Robertson Row 3, Kerry Smith, Skyler Comstock Row 4, Mike DeWalt and Min Hang Row 5, and rounding out your top 10, pace car is off, and we are getting back at it here to the Rock Lobster 200 at Rockingham. Joe Stafford dropping the fifth. Connor Rowe out in front now. Trying to hold it down. It's hard to do when you have competitive racers like Eric Sable and Aiden Donahue on your ass. But you know what we're going to do for you folks? We're going to give you another Loose and Loud sponsored by Storm Motorsports. Thankful for their sponsorship. Loose and Loud their way again. Storm Motorsports, Christian Taylor, Jesse Becker heading up that group. Plenty of thanks for your sponsorship and support for the Rock Lobster 200.
Caution's out. All right, buddy, in a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel? Green flag, green flag. Caution's out. Alright, but need a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel?
All right, bringing you out of the loose and loud for this restart. Again, very thankful of Storm Motorsports and what they're able to do. Appreciate their sponsorship. Connor Rowe and Aiden Donahue in row 1 here, leading us off. Getting us back to the Rock Lobster 200 right here in Rockingham.
Green flag.
Here we go. Connor getting, I don't know, a pretty good sized lead there on that restart.
Yeah, hit that jump good.
Over the halfway point here, 119 laps, soon to be 120 laps at 200. Connor leading the way, Aiden Donahue in second, Jacob Lone, Eric Sable, third and fourth. Vin Hang, Jonathan Malicious, Skyler Comstock, Michael Wall, Kerry Smith, Gary Owen rounding out your top 10 currently. got a
Oh
parking lot.
man, oh
Caution
man.
here.
Oh wow, that just changed everything.
Where were you when it happened here on May 12th? That just got really insane really quick.
Real fast.
Mike DeWall, or excuse me, Jonathan Militia already hitting the wall as we enter this replay. Christian Taylor, William Robbins, Joe Stafford involved. Wieners everywhere. I mean, jokingly, of course, looks like Stephen Jr. involved in an altercation. They're trying to slow up, and it looks like he had to stop completely in front of Joe Stafford. So it looks like everybody ended up okay through it. But Andy, I know you might have to dip out shortly, but this race has been pretty good besides some of these cautions we've experienced.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some great battles. It's been fun to watch these dudes try to control these monster machines around the track. With them starting to get a little more aggressive, fighting for position, certainly you're going to see some mistakes happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we are over halfway, almost 3/4 of the way through it. Connor Rowe is your leader currently with Aiden Donahue, Jacob Malone, Eric Sable, Min Hang, Gary Smith, Gary Owen, Ryan Robertson, Jesse Becker, and Mike DeWalt. Rounding out your top 10. Still hot and heavy, still anybody's ball game here when it comes to points. Again, top 10 in points with 2 wild cards make it into our playoff. Right now, Colby Hogan pretty much a lock currently. As we will look at the points here tonight as it stands before entering this race. But it'll be interesting to see here as we go into the second half next week for the Code 300 where it stands, because Colby Hogan really has been coming on strong the middle of last year into this year. But again, out of tonight's race here tonight. Connor Rowe and Aiden Donahue leading us off. Jacob Malone, Eric Sableman, Hank, Gary Owen, Gary Smith, Ryan Robertson, Jesse Becker, and Mike DeWalt, your top 10. Pace car hits pit lane.
Green
The
flag.
5-car Miller High Life machine. Strobe light and all. Green flag and all. Back at it here for the Rock Lobster 200.
Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster. Connor again in both the Cup Series and the Sprocket Series. Had Kansas won. And unfortunate mistakes were made for him to lose that race. Rockingham, on the other hand, seems to be a strong track for the 5-car. And it's awesome to see Connor here up near the front. Aiden Donahue's not having any of it. Saying, funk that. Gary Smith trying to have a say as well.
Caution is out. Not gonna be good.
Surprise,
Caution.
surprise, we have another caution. Eric Sable involved. Let's see what the hell happened. As caution seems to be the fad here right now. Pay attention to that 30 car. 30 car gets loose out of 2 and is like, well, fuck it. I'm going to put it into the inside wall of the backstretch and, oh, getting hit by Travis Stroney. Let's back that up one more time to the blimp cam. Boom. again, last week's winner was almost sure of a good finish. Eric Sable giving him a little chip there. Getting that head-on collision into the wall really is going to hurt him. Again, race 10. It's not over yet if you're a driver in this series, but understandably you need to understand that there is not many races to go. So if you're outside of that top 10 looking in, trying to beat that top 12, it's going to be hard to get in that picture, in that playoff window. You need a win at least to look prominent, to look to have any hope of being one of the two wild cards.
See Mike DeWalt hanging out there towards the top now.
Again, Mike DeWalt in that winless window again. Been about 2 years since he's had a win. Again, the last win he's had, again, if my memory serves me correct, that time-shortened race at the Milwaukee Mile was the last win in years for Mike DeWalt. Does that change here tonight? We will see. Connor Rowe, Aiden Donahue, row 1, row 2, Gary Smith, Min Hang, row 3, Mike DeWalt, Gary Owen, row 4, Jesse Becker, Ryan Robinson, row 5, rounding out your top 10, Skylar Comstock and Jeremy Eshelman. iRacing pace car, lights are off, that means he needs to get the hell out of here, and we are going to resume the Rock Lobster 200.
It's my cue. So I will get to do, and you as well, Tom, and you all have a good evening.
Have a great evening, Fred Warren. Good to see you.
Oh, as always, and I will see you next time.
Andrew B. Sag taking an exit. So that's me and you, viewers. I'm going to need your help here going forward to keep me company here in the chat. So if you are able to chat, I would appreciate that. No rhyme, no reason for that. Just happened. Aiden Donahue, Gary Smith battling for the lead right now. The 82 and the 33 on your screen right now. Chevrolet Camaros fornicating for the lead. Gary Smith getting a little loose out of turn 3 and 4, allowing Donahue in that pink machine to go out and gain a competitive advantage here. As everybody else scatters position, looks like the 33 and the 11 connect on a personal level coming out of 2. Rock Lobster 200, sponsored by Storm Motorsports. Appreciative of that and all that they do. Again, Storm is awesome. Again, if you've never met Christian Taylor and Jesse Becker, 2 of the nicest guys on iRacing you could ever meet. And I would encourage you to reach out and say hello to the 97 or the 96. Gary Smith in the doghouse at the moment. People banging off of turn 2, getting loose. Mike DeWalt now pushing into second. bottom lane. Trying to hold off whichever lane is faster. The 45 of Jacob Malone making a move, going for the lead. Here we go. Right here near the front, the monster 45 of Jacob Malone taking the lead away from the 82, and we have ourselves a dog race to the end right now. 38 of 200 in the bag. We are golden like a shower. Jacob Malone, Aiden Donahue, Gary Smith, Mike DeWalt, and Min Hang, your top 5. Skylar Comstock, Connor Rowe, Joe Stafford, Gary Owen, and Brian Robertson currently rounding out your top 10. And Malone clear and dominant of that number 1 position. Gary Smith in second, right meow. Mike DeWalt, Aiden Donahue for third. Looks like he's going to give that up easy, because Mike DeWalt's going to be able to clear it. Again, we encourage anyone, if you're in the Discord or not, if you want to sponsor one of our races, it's seriously a minimum of 20 bucks. Put your name on one of these races coming up. Whatever it is, if it is your brand, if it's just you letting you help out Gears, we'd appreciate that. Looks like Mike DeWalt going to the inside with 33 of Gary Smith for second. This is a battle right now. Notice the difference in what they're trying to do. Oh my goodness, DeWalt almost taking Gary Smith for a ride. Laying up there going into one. That could have been so much worse, ladies and gentlemen. Nearing 50 laps to go. Jacob Malone is your leader. Gary Smith, Mike DeWalt, Min Hang, Skylar Comstock, your top 5. Aiden Donahue, Gary Owen, Connor Rowe, Joe Stafford, and Brian Robertson, your top 10. Got a big fight here for 10th. Look at this right now. Connor Rowe's going to take over that top 10 spot. That all figured out right now. We're going to get into another loose and loud, at least one more for our sponsor here. Restore Motorsports for sponsoring the Rock Lobster 200 right here in Rockingham.
Another one.
Currently started 31st. Having a good night here so far. In his Gears Cup Series 2025 debut. 162 laps of 200 complete. Running around currently in 7th. And your leader right now. And this just changed over not long ago, Michael Wall. With Jacob Malone, Gary Owen, Ryan Robinson, and Gary Smith. Your top 5 currently. Michael Wall trying to break that drought. It has been 2 years since Michael Wall has had a victory in the Gears Cup Series. Again, if he can change that tonight, I'm sure he would gladly say yes on that. Jacob Malone about 1.3 seconds back in that Monster Energy 45 machine. Again, as we are getting inside of 40 laps to go. Good position to be in right now if you are Mike DeWolf. Again, as I said, Jacob Malone not far behind. Gary Owens that much further. Ryan Robertson having a good night so far. Started 11th. Now currently up to 4th. Having a Mustang OTC Deuce. Ford Mustang taking over the Deuce machine in relief of Van Drugman, who is no longer. Again, the Deuce needed somebody to run that number. And Ryan, raised his hand. He's like, you know what, fuck it, I got it. Currently in the pits. Right now, Mike DeWalt currently your leader. Driver not trailing far behind Gary Owen, running around in second. Having a good run starting in fourth. Podium finish surely on the radar for him tonight. Ryan Robertson again, that is for position. Ryan Robertson in third, trying to pass Gary Owen for second. Here is a solid battle. Looks like we see some smoke coming off the backstretch. We're going to keep our focus here. Definitely unfortunate for whoever involved in that one. Looks like Mike DeWalt has pitted Ryan Robertson in the lead. Robertson pitting as well. Matt Albert now assuming the lead if he stays out. Looks like he will take it. And 25 laps to go. Pretty quickly. And Matt Albert coming back after a hiatus again in Floyd. His thing with his job. 61 just cannot stay away from gears, cannot stay off the track. Bringing his best back to Rockingham. Leading our group around the racetrack right now for the Rock Lobster 200. When does he pit? I don't know. That is a great question. Does he pit? He has been to pit road 10 times here tonight. And the person behind him trailing about 2.3 seconds, 33, Gary Smith. So So if Matt Albert is able to go the distance, which I don't think he will, Gary Smith has, I believe, already pitted, ready to go for the finale of this whole thing. I'm a liar. He has pitted. Min Hang now 4 seconds back of Matt Albert. Go for the Rock Lobster 200. Sponsored by Storm Motorsports. Matt Albert hanging on by a thread. That's about a 3.5 and is rapidly closing from Matt Albert to Min Hang. Good green flag effort by all of these drivers here tonight. Min Hang is closing rapidly. It was 3.5 as we entered 2. We are now down under 2 seconds. Can capitalize on this effort, and looks like Matt Albert getting loose in front of him coming out. Min is going to inherit the lead. Here we go. Right meow. Looks like Matt is going to pit. It's a 2-horse race right now between Min Hang and Aiden Donahue. At MH Designs have been out front here all night long, started in second. Been competitive with the 82. Here we go, back. Now, both of these drivers out in front. As we went green, these two back at it with less than 20 to go. The 11 of Min Hang holding the 82 of Aiden Donahue off for this lap. But how long can the 11 do it? 82 is strong, you can tell. As they head in the 1 and 2, the 11 hangs out on the high side. 82 on the inside line. Nose to tail entering 3 and 4. Hang, little bit of a mistake as we go into 16 laps to go. Joseph Enright politely getting out of the way. Two-horse battle right now between the 11 and the 82. Neck and neck for the lead. Min Hang, Aiden Donahue. Donahue now taking the lead away from the 11 car. Inside line serving well for Aiden and his team. Establishing now out in front. Aiden Donahue, Min Hang, Mike DeWalt, Connor Rowe, Jacob Malone, your top 5. Connor Rowe in there as well. Gary Owen, Jesse Becker, Ryan Robinson, Joe Stafford, and Jeremy Eshelman, your top 10. 13 laps to go. Aiden Donahue establishing position. Mike DeWalt right here in third. Connor Rowe in fourth. Jacob Malone in fifth. One more losing out again tonight from our sponsor, Storm Motorsports, right here, right now. Bring you back here now from the Losing Loud here, sponsored by Storm Motorsports. Aiden Donahue, Mike DeWalt, Ben Hag, Connor Rowe, Gary Owen, your top five. Currently, with 5 laps to go, Donahue, your leader. Donahue now with 2 wins, trying to make it 3 here tonight. Mike DeWalt trying to track him down. Currently in second, started in 5th. Trying to break the streak. This is a good battle here. We are gearing up to see here at Rockingham. Three laps to go. Battle between the 82 and the 20 happening right here, right now. Here at Thunder Alley, here at Rockingham. Race 10 of 25. Mike DeWalt all over the back bumper of Aiden Donahue. Does Aiden Donahue have enough with 3 laps to go? Enough to keep off the 20 of Mike DeWalt. To the inside goes Mike DeWalt, gonna hang back for 1 more lap at least. Coming to the white flag. Here we go, last lap of the Rock Lobster 200. Donahue doing his thing. DeWalt doing all he can. Not going to be enough. Win number 3 on the year. Going to be Aiden Showtime Donahue, winner of the Rock Lobster 200. Aiden Donahue, Mike DeWalt, and Min Hang, your top 3 here tonight. Gary Owen, Connor Rowe, Jacob Malone, Jesse Becker, Ryan Robertson, Joe Stafford, and Jeremy Escherman, your top 5. Good evening for these guys here in Gears. Give us just one moment. We'll get you interviews here shortly. All right. Waiting for one more person here to get into the broadcast and waiting room, and we'll begin the Gears Cup Series post-race show. Again, Min Hang, thank you for joining the program here tonight, finishing in 3rd, having a solid night here on the racetrack. Give a quick synopsis, 30 seconds or less, of how your night went.
Yeah, definitely didn't expect to be qualifying as far as I did. I kind of came into practice after oversleeping a lot of it, so I knew it was going to be a tough track, so I was like, okay, let's just tire save, and the beginning of the race was kind of just that, and after that was just strategy. But yeah, shout out Chat GPT, finally got a podium after I've been using it like the past 5 races, and it's been really, really good. The only reason it's even been like bad results is because, like, people coming up the racetrack from spinning off the apron, people losing on the backstretch, so I mean to be like, there to go, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, finally got the result reserved.
Well, congratulations on a 3rd place finish. Anybody would give a shout out to?
I don't know. I guess shout out to a lot of the people for Racing. I guess there was still some instance with lap cars, but it seemed like it was a little bit better. Obviously, there's always work to improve there, but yeah, we're making a step in the right direction here, I think.
All right. Well, Min, congratulations on a 3rd place finish. Hopefully, you can get here in the playoffs. Looks like your consistent finishes are equalizing to that point. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for finishing here on the Gears Cup Series.
Yep. Thank you, Tom.
You are welcome. Now finishing in 2nd, started in 5th place. Looks like Mike DeWalt. Mike finishing in 2nd, having a good run here tonight. How are you feeling in a quick 30 seconds or less?
I feel good about P2. It was a pretty exciting finish, obviously. Definitely wore out after that one. It was a long race. But, man, just hate it. Obviously finished 1 spot short. I definitely hate the way I raced some people tonight, especially Jay Cook on like lap 10 or whatever it was. I feel bad about that. So sorry to Jay for ruining his race. But man, that was a battle. That was a roller coaster. But had a lot of fun. Just made some bad mistakes tonight. But I mean, I had an EOL, so I started from last actually. Got lucky with a couple cautions at the right time, put on tires at the right time, so definitely take P2. I had no business being up here, so I'll take a P2.
Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Shout out Aiden. I mean, Aiden winning another one. He's pretty good with the Gen 6 car. This was a wild race, man. I didn't know who was gonna come out on top. Jacob Malone had it in the bag, got wrecked by a lap car. Shout out to everybody in this race that did a good job. I know we had a lot of cautions, but that was a tough track, tough combination. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Mike finishing in second tonight. Can't really get too upset about that. Congratulations. And yeah, second place finish here at the Gears Cup Series. You got it.
Thanks.
You are welcome. That was the 20 of Mike DeWalt. And then win number 3 on the season, Aiden Donahue. Aiden holding it down here tonight, winning tonight's race. How are you feeling after tonight's showdown?
Yeah, showdown or whatever you want to call it, showtime, I guess. But dude, that was a tough race. I thought when I passed Ming at the end there, I was like, all right, I'm feeling. Then out of nowhere, I saw Mike, and I was like, uh-oh. And I don't think if he didn't get loose out of 2, it'd have been a lot closer. But nonetheless, man, first and foremost, this win 100% goes out to my mom. We put on the breast cancer car for her for Mother's Day, and this one means a lot, that's for sure. I love this track.
That is awesome. Again, you were a clear favorite starting out in the front, qualifying in the front. Anybody you want to give a shout out to here tonight?
Of course, everyone that tuned into my stream, that watched. My stream is it's_showtime_82 if you want to go follow it. We stream basically whenever I get on, but them and my fiance, of course, and to all the moms out there, happy late Mother's Day. And yeah, man, shout out to the league. It's been a little bit. We've been through some rough races, but finally cracked back into the win column.
Yeah, win number 3 on the year. Again, Aiden, congratulations on another win here in the Gears Cup Series as we enter the halfway point of the season. Again, dominant force here in the 82. All the best here. Wish you the best of luck. Again, congratulations here tonight.
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it.
You are welcome, and that's going to do it tonight for us here in the Gears Cup Series. Happy to have him along for the ride. Happy to have you as well. All the viewers here tonight, Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are here live on Costa de la Horseboat. Again, tomorrow night, the Don't Go Downtown 100 at Chicagoland on twitch.tv/basepuppy. Ready to go, lock, and load. Again, tonight for Andrew Bisag, I am Tom Torrey, wishing you a wonderful evening. Again, Rock Lobster 200, sponsored by Storm Motorsports, right here at Costa de la Horseboat. Again, for Andrew Bisag, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you well and seeing you next week, hoping you will be here for the Coke 300. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you back here next Monday night.